actually going to be using 4 different patina methods today. I'm going to try out each one and figure out which one I like best on all carbon steel blades. Got a little neck knife there that was hand custom forged by DT Forge. A Mora carbon steel. The Rat 5 Mora hand forged DT Forge custom knife sheath or knife. And then the good old tank that I had custom made by DT Forge as well. The guys there are probably going to kill me because I told them I wanted a polished finished, and I'm going to scratch it all up and put a patina on it. But I was hoping to actually get to field test this knife before I put a patina on it, but I have had nothing but cruddy weather since I've gotten it, and then the holidays kicked in, and so we're going to put a patina on it, and that really shouldn't affect the field test whatsoever when I actually get around to doing it. So I'm going to scuff these up with some steel wool, and it's not going to do much, and if anything it may actually polish them better than scuff them up. Yeah, I think I got quadruple lot steel wool here, and I actually think it's polishing them. Get a little polished finish on them. But anything, most importantly, we're trying to get all the oils off of them. Alright, so for the original knife project that we were looking at doing was the Rat 5, and that was the most important one that we wanted to work on. We're going to do a white vinegar base on this one, and do a mustard on this one. I'm going to do a potato on the Mora. I'm going to do a lemon on the neck knife. And I played around with the lemon a little bit the other day and wasn't too impressed with it, so that's another reason I wanted to just do it on a smaller blade. That's kind of a beater knife that I beat around on. So, alright, let's get to it. Alright, so we're going to start off with the vinegar base. And some guys will stick a whole knife in a giant mason jar, and that's really just a lot of wasted vinegar. I really don't need that much vinegar to do a patina on my knife, and so pretty much what I'm going to do is take some aluminum foil and some paper towel and soak the paper towel in the vinegar and then wrap it, and we'll leave the knife and everything in the paper towel and vinegar. So we'll see how it works. And guys, it's okay if it's a little crumbled up too, because that'll give you a little bit more texture on your blade. So go ahead and crumble it up. Make sure it's completely soaked in vinegar. Try not to let it fall apart like I'm doing here. Make sure every inch of the blade is covered. And then just gonna douse a little more on there for an extra measure. Wrap it in the aluminum foil. And we'll let it set. Zoom out on that one. Alright, so for the Mora, this is the most difficult patina of them all, guys. I mean, it's kind of challenging. No, I'm just kidding. Who am I kidding? We're going to do a basic potato patina. Try to find the center of it. The only thing you really do got to worry about is cutting yourself as you're shoving a knife into a potato. Try to find the most center part of it as you can. Get your hands completely out of the way and bury that sucker all the way in there. And there's my potato patina, guys. We'll get that one going as well. Alright, next one we're going to go with the lemon juice. Like I did the potato. potato, but I really want to get a good thick coating on it. So I think what we're going to do is just squeeze the heck out of it to get lemon juice all over it. And once again, I fiddled around with the lemon juice once before, and I really wasn't that impressed with my results. And it may have just been the time that I used. So we'll wrap it in lemon juice and see how it turns out. Go ahead and put some more on the outside of it. Once again, using the same pan, keeping Mrs. Dirt Tom's kitchen clean. She told me, I don't know if you can see this timer behind me, but it says 18 minutes. She's got a Dutch oven in there she's working on. She said, if I don't finish this video in 18 minutes, I'm in trouble. Got this nice and squeezed open. Now what we may do is just shove the whole thing in there, and got me a lemon patina kebab. Alright, that leaves us to the last one. And I definitely don't want any lemon juice on that, because I don't want that to affect what I'm doing with it. And so we'll clean this pan up real good. Mr. Dirt Tom, can you hand me some paper towels? We do not want this to be altered at all by the lemon juice, because I'm really trying to test which patina I like the best. Not only the easiest, but the most expedient as far as time's sake goes, and one I like with the best texture and coating. And I need some Q-tips. Could you grab me some Q-tips too, please, babe? Thank you, sweetheart. Going to use a steel wool on this one. Some Q-tips and good old-fashioned mustard. Alright, so going to be using this yellow mustard on the DT Forge custom tank. I was wanting to think of a cool name for this knife, and I just never did. I started calling it tank because that's what it felt like to me in my hands, so it just kind of stuck. So, alright, we're going to put some mustard on it, and going to do some kind of a little bit of graphic with it, and just kind of coating it here, guys. Probably a little too much on the mustard there, but that's okay, because we'll clean it, put some on there, and coat it all around. And from some of the research I've done, this mustard patina seems to be one of the best. Like I said, I'm kind of afraid I got too much mustard on here, but that's okay. We'll work around it. We may have to transfer it to a plate. Mr. Dirt Tom, you want to get me a plate? And so we're going to use the steel wool and just kind of get some texture with it. So kind of doing like a texture print to it. Come across the top and do some texture. So kind of getting it going there, guys. And now we may add a little bit of a flare design to it. And this is where my OCD kicks in, and I try to make it look cooler than it really needs to be. And so we're just going to do like a tiger pattern kind of on it maybe. So we'll try that and see how it turns out. Well, there you have it. Vinegar, mustard, lemon, and potato. Now I do know that the potato is an overnighter, so we won't get results on that tomorrow. So hopefully by tomorrow I can get the video posted. Should be able to see some results on the vinegar soon and the mustard soon. So we'll let them sit and see how they turn out. I'll keep you posted, guys. Where are you going? Huh? Where are you going? Alright, the moment of truth. I have been letting this mustard set for about 30 minutes, and man, I'm pretty pretty amazed at how fast that the corrosion, the force patina actually worked on it. So we're gonna remove it and see how it looks. Alright, well, I had to put another coating on the mustard patina. It's taking a little bit longer process than I thought, but it is coming along. You just probably got to do less length of time. Instead of doing an hour, just do like 30 minutes and do multiple coats. It seems to be doing better. So, alright, this has been setting for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. This was the original project, so I'm anxious to see how she turned out. She looks pretty dark so far. And see, I didn't mind the darkness of the blade. Oh wow, she is black. See, I didn't mind the black look of the blade, but I didn't like the coating on it. Look at that. Now she'll have that black look and at the same time not be coated, so I should be able to strike a ferro rod and everything else with her. So if you're looking for that black look without the coating, or without having to go through a bluing process, man, that vinegar did awesome. Look at that. Perfect. And if you didn't want it as dark, you probably could have left it in there a lot less time than I did. To be honest, I kind of just forgot about it. And so, but man, I love it. I love that look. Put the scales back on it, and put the scales back on it, it'll still have, sorry about the lighting guys, it'll still have a nice look to it. That nice dark blade. I think it turned out great. Alright, we'll show you how the others look. Lighting's not the greatest either guys, I hate that, working in the kitchen instead of in natural light, but when it's storming outside, you do what you got to do. Alright, we got another coating on it. I'm going to wipe it clean again. Just, you can see each time we do it, we get a new layer of texturization and coating design on it. So, like I said, I think so far with the mustard, my best bet has been doing shorter bursts of patinaing and doing more designs. It's kind of odd because what I expected it to do was patina underneath the mustard, and what it actually does is it patinas in between the mustard. So that really allows you some freedom to do some texture and design to it. Getting some design there to it. But at the same time, it's come with its challenges trying to get the patina to coat the whole blade instead of doing more of an etching like this. But it's still pretty sweet looking. So we'll put another coat on it and do it again. Alright, here's the lemon, and I realize that I probably need to let this set for a good 24 hours, overnight, 8 hours, but I am just too anxious to see how it's coming out. And who knows, it may be done. No, I got a little bit of a design there, you can see that. It's not too bad. Got pretty good on one side, but I'm just not too happy with it just yet. So I think this time I want to go directly in the lemon and maybe just pack it like that. I'm not so concerned about the tip. We'll try that for a little while now. Get rid of some of this paper towel. Alright, and the potato. And I know this one definitely is a 24-hour wait. Be careful when you're trying to remove it. And as you can see, there's a slight patina here on the tip of the blade. but it's far from it, and you'd almost guess it was stainless steel, but it definitely says carbon steel on the blade. It may just not be a high enough carbon, but we'll stick it back in there and let it sit till in the morning, I think, for sure. Well guys, I am about wore out. I've been going for over 12 hours now, and different things. This has been an on and off project with the mustard, but we're going to take this over here and rinse it off, and you have to forgive the lighting. I'll get you the best lighting I can. Show you, wrap it all up. This is the best way to clean it. Maybe polish it up a little bit more, one more time with the steel wool here. Well, I'm really pleased with all my efforts. I'm really excited about how each of these knives turned out. Everything from the lemon to the potato and the mustard and the vinegar. They each came out fabulous. I'm really happy with each of them. I really don't have any complaints, but as far as my favorite patina method, it really depends on what I was going for. If I'm looking for a solid coating of patina, I would definitely go with the vinegar. It took this kind of tactical modern knife and gave it a real sweet vintage look. I really like it. Now I'm gonna have to change my sheath because it don't match, but definitely loved how that one turned out. If you're looking for something with a lot of flair and design, I definitely encourage you to try to go with the mustard. You can play around with it, and real happy with how the tank turned out. Kind of got some dragon flair to it. The potato, it's got a real nice solid patina. This is after about 12 hours throughout the whole blade, but as you can see right here, it's still a little polished, so I may have to take a Q-tip and take some vinegar to finish that one off. The lemon juice did awesome. I love all the texture, and out of all of them, the lemon juice probably had the most consistency when it came to the texturing. It really did. It had the most consistency, and was really pleased with how it turned out. The potato was by far the easiest. I just shoved it in there and let it set for 12 or 14 hours. The mustard was the most challenging because I was constantly having to add layers and textures and designs. And as far as a good solid patina, that vinegar, it completed this kind of olive drab patina in about 30 minutes, man. It was by far the quickest and most effective for what I was looking at. So if you're looking to customize your own knife or do something, personalize it, make it look different, encourage you to go out there and try to put a forced patina on it. The things I use, most of you probably have sitting around your house. Whether it's a potato or a lemon or some mustard in your fridge or some white vinegar in your cabinet, you guys probably have this stuff on hand that you can use. So I encourage you, be sure to do your own. Post some pics below in the comments. I'd love to see your pics. Feel free to ask me any questions you might have. I should be able to respond to them within 24-hour window. But I'm really pleased with my effort. I think it was very well spent, and I couldn't beat it for kind of a nasty, dreary day. And so be sure to once again post your pics. Well, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Dirt Time Adventures. I know this is a little bit of a longer video. The how-tos kind of are because I want to provide as much content as I can so that you don't leave with a bunch of questions. And I do encourage you to ask them, but I don't want you to have to if I can provide you with the answers to begin with. And so the weather today, man, it was miserable, flooding, lightning, thunder all day long, so I couldn't have picked a better day to work on this project. And I hope you learned something, took something from it, and I encourage you, get out there and apply some of these techniques. And once again, most importantly, get a knife in a kiddo's hand, bring some Band-Aids with you because you know they're going to cut themselves, and get out there and have a good time in the outdoors, man. And so once again, thanks again for tuning in. Dirt Time Adventures. Be sure to share, subscribe, and as always, like us on Facebook. And remember, keep it practical, primitive, and prepared.